Thank you very much. Wow.
Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. Complicated business, complicated business.
These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes, but it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And, winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's great. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races. And I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them. And sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives. And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job, terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job, works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp. And you know, the enemy camp is certain networks. And a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fun. He's like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Wow. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that that little thing called special, we have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest country and potentially the greatest country in the world by far. And right now, we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden. Come here, Chris. Come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here, say something.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and, of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at her, she's shy. I've never seen her be shy before. Susie. They're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania, campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. When it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning. And I'm saying, only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. And that very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold. And especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes? I want to see this. I thought it was a space-age movie or something. I put the phone down. Bad part, I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash. And then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and it put it straight. And it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it. And just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see. And I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No, nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated, the water. This was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's a fantastic golfer. He's slightly longer than me. Hits the ball a little bit longer than me. Just a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau is up here someplace. What happened to Bryson? Where is he? Bryson. Oh, he was shot. He's hitting balls. Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls. Bryson. Oh, look at him. He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job. And we also have a man, Dana White, who has done some job. He's a tough guy. So Dana started UFC and came to me, do you mind if I use your, nobody wanted to give him Marines because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went, and they said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very motivational kind of a guy, what he does. He gets these fighters, and they really go at it, and it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well.
We'll do a little commentary real quick. Yeah, I'll mute this for now. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm really... Hold on, mine is still...
Oh, you're fine.
I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased that this happened the way it did. And not only pleased that it happened the way it did, but that everything is happening in a pleasant way. It's not nanny boo boo, we won and you lost. It's not this feeling of we won and they lost. It's the country won.
The world won.
The world won tonight.
The world won because we averted, at least for the moment, the big nuclear disaster that we saw.
Yes.
I mean, you know, we never talked about it, but there was a nuclear disaster that was supposed to hit. And I think we averted it for now. It's still between now and January 20th. I mean, I'm really happy to see this happening, and especially with the 3 all being red, because that's how he's going to work optimally. If you look at it as a system, like a computer system, all systems are all operating on the same frequency. There's no competing systems right now. So at least for the next 2 years, there's hope that things can be turned around and pushed back into a positive timeline.
Yep.
And that's if we can keep this guy until January 20th.
Right.
They need to do some major security on him.
Yeah.
Because I'm really concerned about now to January 20th. Now, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to speak anything into existence. But at the same time, it's so many mixed feelings right now. It's a feeling of woken up from a bad dream. The last 4 years has been a nightmare.
Yes.
And it seems like we're picking up where we left off back in 2021, January 6th, 2021 was kind of the date that the timeline stopped, and then now we're picking it back up and trying to pick up the pieces in that regard. But let's see what he's saying now.
Saudi Arabia, we have more than Russia.
Ooh,
Bobby,
that's
stay
important.
away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby.
He's talking about the gold.
We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. This campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight, when you think. I mean, I was looking at it, I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic.
For those of you that didn't see, we did a 4-hour show earlier, like literally like an hour ago. And we figured it was going to take a while for them to call it tonight.
Yeah,
but
we thought.
I guess Harris conceded.
Yeah.
Because usually you don't do speeches like this until the other party concedes.
Yeah.
So I don't think Biden did one last year, did he?
Last time Biden didn't even do one.
No,
Yeah.
because Trump never conceded.
Yeah, no, he didn't concede.
So it's nice to see that sanity has been restored, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
And he has an opportunity to change things and to try to get things back on track right now, especially these next 2 years. The next 2 years are vital. But I think we're going to see good things if we can avoid catastrophe.
Yeah.
But like I said in the other show, where's Soros? Where's the Soros money? Why has Soros money not been spent?
Right.
Is it a matter of they're waiting for something before January 20th in order to say, oh, well, sorry, we can't have a peaceful transfer of power? Or is it that Soros himself is so involved with the Democrat side, but not involved with the P. Diddy and Epstein kind of stuff, that even Soros is backing off and going, no, I can't cover for you guys any longer because y'all are all going down because it's all been revealed with Epstein and P. Diddy and all that. And this guy right here is going to start going after major players. I mean, when you have Elon Musk talking about this openly, you have other billionaires talking about this openly. Before it used to be like a secret, and it wasn't even billionaires, it was millionaire rappers who would hint and allude to this kind of stuff, but never, ever come out and say it.
Right.
And now that you have billionaires acknowledging what's going on and saying, yeah, they need to go after these people.
Now
this is
serious.
the real deal.
Yeah.
And, looking in hindsight, I can't help but wonder if everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to. Because if this would have happened in 2020 instead of the way that things happen now, the rats wouldn't have abandoned ship the way that they did. And he said one time, and this always stuck with me, he said, I'd like to lose one time just to see who my friends are and who my enemies are. And this last 4 years, him losing, it got rid of all the rats out there. And so who's left now? Can he really do what he said he was going to do back in 2016? Which is go after the cabal and actually start holding people accountable. We could see that happening. And I hope that happens. And in the timeline that I've seen, this is happening, but it's not happening in public. It's happening behind the scenes. But what's happening, though, is that the systems of control that they've implemented, mostly financial and economical, which we don't hear about now, but they have control over several different industries. Those industries all stop being so controlled and regulated that we start to see a change in our everyday lives. And we start to see a change in the cost of living and the way we've been starved out for the last 4 years. that all starts to go away because these people now are being pressured under the threat of arrest and public humiliation and all kinds of stuff like that.
Right.
And he doesn't have the Jeff Sessions around him. He doesn't have the Dr. Fauci's around him.
Yep.
He doesn't have the I don't even remember the fucking guy's name, the vice president. Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
He doesn't have the Mike
Yeah.
Pences around him anymore.
Traitors. Yeah.
He doesn't have the traitors anymore. He,
Yeah.
he only has the people who are going to get stuff done now.
Right.
Because those were the only people standing behind him and standing with him after everything, the whole world came down on this guy. I mean, he still has open indictments
Yeah.
that he's supposed to be sentenced for at the, in
In
2
a few
weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be interesting to watch. But at the same time, I don't know about this Vance guy.
Yeah, I
But
don't either.
reading his energy, he's definitely not a Mike Pence. He's
No.
definitely not anybody like that.
I don't think he's going to toe the line either. I don't think he's going to toe the line of the Republicans
Yeah,
or the
and if there's any more proof
GOP.
that you need that this guy is something else, just look at Barron. Barron is a freaking Anunnaki.
Yeah,
He's 7 foot tall. He's
Yeah.
literally 7 foot tall. He's 6'9". Look at that.
And he's like Elon.
In those days, the giants walked the earth.
He's a lot like Elon too. His personality is a lot like Elon. I've heard that he's, he cuts through all the BS. He doesn't mess around with, a lot of the Gen Z kids are, he's not like them. He's like us. And like a lot of the kids that are actually awake versus woke. And you can tell just by looking at him and the way he is.
You know that Mike Johnson guy, the Speaker of the House? Mm-hmm. He was one of Trump's attorneys during the impeachment. I was wondering, where did they get this guy from? Why didn't they put Jim Jordan in as Speaker?
Right.
They pulled this guy. Oh, there's Vivek.
Oh yeah.
But they pulled this guy out of nowhere and put him up on there. And it turns out he's one of the attorneys that was defending him in the impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
That one right before in 2019, late 2019, that they were trying to wrap
Trump
up
will
real
fix
quick
it.
before 2020 because something big was happening in 2020. Now we know what that is. Mm-hmm. But
Well, what's interesting to me, and I was thinking about this while you were talking, and I just wanted to get this in real quick, is I think the things that he wanted to do in 2016 through 2020, he couldn't really do because the people wouldn't have supported it because they needed to see that these people are monsters.
right.
They wouldn't have supported him because they needed to see that these people are monsters first. They needed to see them acting like monsters. And so they kind of needed to see them acting like monsters. And so what they did throughout 2020 to 2024 showed them, okay, these people are monsters. Look what they did to Trump. And so now what he's about to do, people are going to support now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I
Now
mean,
it'll
the people needed to see,
who these
for
people
themselves.
really are. Yeah.
and
Now you
they've
see the
seen-
real face of these people.
Right. And it's almost like they knew that the margin was so bad, so big, that they couldn't move things.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised we didn't see another pandemic or anything like that prior. That's why I'm really, really, really apprehensive when I think about it and think about this really, really deep. Just meditate on it for a moment or two in your free time. When I think about the time between now and January 20th, I get this really bad feeling in my chest.
Me too. I get in the pit of my
It's
stomach.
Anxiety. And it's not like anxiety like an anxiety attack. It's anxiety like something is wrong.
Like I feel like I'm going
and
to throw up. Yeah.
we need to, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to manifest anything, but
Put extra detail on him, please.
yeah, they need to protect him.
Yeah.
They need to protect him 10 times more than they were protecting him before.
Yes. And, they said after the first attempt, the first assassination attempt, they said, well, if he were president, then we would have had twice as many detail on him. But because he's not president anymore, then
Well, he's president now.
now
He's
he is.
president-elect,
So they need to put twice as many
Yeah.
on him. as they did.
The type of energy this guy has. What was the guy's name from Ukraine? Zelensky was having meetings with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't even the president. They hadn't even begun doing polls yet.
Right.
But everybody saw which way the wind was blowing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you could tell he deferred to him. And the difference between the way he acted with Trump and versus the way he acted with Kamala was 100% different. Complete and total difference. He deferred to Trump, even though he wasn't even the president anymore. He still acted like he was. And that told me something. That told me these leaders defer to Trump and they still saw him as the president. And that tells me that the next at least 2 years, because we've got, the House and Senate looking red now. Is it both the House and Senate?
Everything.
Oh, that's fantastic. So we've got, like you said, it's like a computer that's working optimally. We've got at least the next 2 years where we've got a country that's going to be run optimally.
Right.
To get things back on track.
And we need to enjoy it. We need to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take anything for granted.
Yep.
Because as we saw in 2020, everything will be taken away.
Yep.
Everything can be taken away just like that.
Yep.
Freedom can be taken away just like that.
Yep. And
It's your stability, your way of life, everything just can be just taken.
And let's put it out there into the universe that he is going to be protected. We're going to put a shield of protection around him, that nothing is going to touch him, nothing's going to harm him, and that he is going to remain safe and out of jail.
He's not going to go to jail. They're probably going to cancel the whole sentencing thing. Those are all fraud trials, but this one judge has a stick up his ass. And they're supposed to be doing it like right after Thanksgiving or something like that. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. At the end of the day, I don't think they can do anything. I mean, it's a state offense. So,
But still, we need to keep him safe. And
I don't think the military would let that happen. What if he just tells the judge to go fuck himself? Just straight up gangster. Just go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm the president of the United States.
Like, sorry, we got a warrant for your arrest, sir. No, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Just pull an Elon and say, go fuck yourself. I don't care.
I have a feeling like the charges are going to be dropped. But...
yeah, I have that feeling too, where the judge is just going to throw it out.
Yeah.
But Diana said, does anyone else have a feeling of self-censoring yourself, but for your own good?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We were talking about that on the previous stream just a little while ago. And asking the question of, is it that we're self-censoring ourselves? I put it in different words. But is it that we're self-censoring ourselves because the AI algorithm is saying so? Or is it because that's what consciousness is supposed to do right now? We were talking about exiting the matrix. And as you exit the matrix, there's going to be that moment where you're in the light. And in the light, you're by yourself. Mm-hmm. So you need to get right with yourself first, because we can all come together and talk about all our experiences and put all the puzzle pieces together. But at the end of the day, it's going to be each person going in individually into that light where you say, no, I'm not getting recycled again. Yep. And so as we move towards the exit, maybe it is better to just not keep to ourselves, but kind of keep your cards close to your heart.
You know how they say...
keep your cards close to your heart. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. You know how they say, get right with God? That it's not getting right with God. It's getting right with the God within you. It's going within yourself and getting right with yourself.
Yeah, I was reading some of the liberal chats, and they're already calling for John Wilkes Booth's. Yeah. That's one thing.
That's so sick.
In 2020, I didn't hear a single person say that.
Yeah.
Knowing what happened in 2020. Yeah. Knowing that it was what it was. I didn't hear a single person saying that.
Well, knowing what's happened in the last year, it's really disturbing to hear people saying that, because they've already tried that twice. And to hear people saying they need to try again is incredibly disturbing, and it shows just how sad
It's in the comments section.
some people's
You can see it
consciousness
in the
is.
liberal streams comments section.
And they'll just let it fly.
And it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine for people to say that, but it just goes to show people are going to.
And people have acted on that before. Mm-hmm. Like the first guy was shot. And I don't like it when that happens, because then you can't really understand. The second guy was arrested, though. We don't hear anything about him.
Yeah.
Why not? We should know everything about this guy.
Yeah.
We should know who he votes for, where he's from, what he posts on social media. We should know everything. The media just shut up.
If it were the
And
other
the
way
reason
around,
that that's suspect, in my opinion, is I wonder, was this guy a lone nut? And he was a staunch Democrat, and they were like, no, whoa, this is too much. This is too much. This is messing up our plans later on down the line. This is making him more popular. And so they put him away to where nobody could hear anything from him. Or was he an operative? And that's why we're not hearing anything about him. Was he former CIA and all that? And that's why we don't hear anything about him.
That's a good question.
It's
He could be one of their project kids. Mm-hmm. You know, it sounds like he's a project kid that went off his leash.
Yeah. So,
You know, that happens.
yeah, I'm glad we were able to share this moment with you guys and gals.
too.
I didn't realize this was going to happen so quickly. I expected ballots to be
Middle
counted
of the
in
night, ballots.
I expected
coming
the same
in.
as in
Yep.
2020.
I felt like that couldn't happen
Yeah,
again.
I felt like we were going to wake up. Well, I felt like we were going to go to sleep, wake up. They still weren't going to be sure who's who or what's what.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, oh, wait a second. Hold on. We forgot to count all these big old stacks.
But I told him, I said, no. I said, this is going to be over within an hour or two, and it's going to go to Trump. And I knew this because astrologically, it looked like Trump was going to win.
Yeah,
But-
his numerical numbers are 45 and 47.
Yeah. But because of what's also coming down the pike astrologically, it does look like we might have a rough go of it from now to January. So, like I said, please put it out to the universe that everyone in not just America, but the world stays safe, stays calm, stays peaceful from now to January.
Yeah, people are feeling it in the chat too, though.
Yeah.
And I feel you. Something's not right.
Yeah,
the
something
energies
seems
are
off.
weird. The energies are off. There's something looming that we're not seeing yet. And what I'm seeing, I don't want to share because it's not very good things that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's just PTSD and nothing more. But yeah, things still seem.
I think there's something to do with Chiron
I don't
as
think we're.
well, and I need to look into Chiron because he's the wounded healer, and I think there's a Chiron Sun conjunction. And Chiron, I think Trump would be both Chiron. You know, Chiron is the wounded healer, and the wounded healer is the perfect healer because in order to heal someone else, you have to understand the wound, and the only way to understand a wound is to have gone through that wound.
See, I agree with Georgie. It happened too easy.
Yeah, that methinks thou dost protest too much, or too little, because that was too easy. Yeah, I agree. And because of that Chiron thing, I think this is too. The energies are weird.
Alyssa, how are you, my dear?
Hi, Alyssa.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's all a play. I agree, Martin. And what's the next act?
I expected, and I felt it for a moment. I got teary-eyed for a moment because it felt like the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Mm-hmm. It felt like the wrong had been righted again, but then that feeling was short very, very, very
Short-lived.
lived. And hopefully it's just PTSD.
I hope so too. I hope it's just battle fatigue and that we're just being, overcautious. And
Battle fatigue.
yeah, and that here from to January just happens without incident, and that he goes into office with no problem.
You know, it used to be called shell shock. Mm-hmm. And then it was called battle fatigue. Mm-hmm. Oh, battle fatigue. So fatigued.
Yep.
And now it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Uh-huh. George Carlin has a whole bit that he does about that.
Now they just shortened it to PTSD.
Yeah, post-traumatic. It's soft language.
Uh-huh.
Shell shock. That's what it is. It's fucking shell shock.
Yep. And I appreciate what you're saying, Marcus. If you think both candidates are bad, politics is politics. We're all bad. All humans have their issues.
Alyssa said somebody saw say, man, maybe we did cheat last time.
Maybe we did cheat last time. That's great. That's funny.
Yeah. All right. I just see a bunch of people just now starting to join us, which,
Yeah, maybe
we did a 4-hour show earlier. I don't
Yeah.
think we can do too much more now.
Yeah, because we're exhausted.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up here in a second, but that's how YouTube does the stupid notifications. We need to do something. We need to get an app or something like that so we can just push notification whenever
Yeah.
to people that want that. Anyways, so yeah, let's all just focus on a positive timeline,
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And change your own timeline by thinking positive, feeling positive. Put yourself in a positive space. Remember the last time you were in a positive space, and then remember those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions. Where were you? What you were doing, and where do you want to go now?
Keep it like a safe state
Yeah.
in your consciousness.
All right. So kiss the one you love right now. You never know the last time is going to be, and we'll see you even further.
Beyond the veil.
Love ya.
Love you guys.